My name's Carice. We are doing some work on planting daffodils late this year. Is it too late? That is the question I have for you. It is February and we live in Northern California. We are zone 9B, so it does not get crazy cold here. It's actually 75 degrees today in February, early February. But all this to say, I'm going to take you along, see what we're doing to try to prep an area that I already have some daffodils. I want to add some beautiful ones I got from Brex. Actually got it as a giveaway, a credit to their store in Holland. It's very exciting and it's a lot of work, but it's investing to something that's been my goal for a very long time on our property, just to add lots and lots of flowers in all different places, blooming at all different times. Is it too late? I guess we'll find out. This general area I've been trying to add to in the front of our property across from the pond. This is a beautiful, I think it's called, oh goodness, Genie Magic Tulip Magnolia tree. And obviously it is overwintering. And then we mulched this place with cardboard, as you can see, wood chips to suppress the Bermuda grass, which is a lot of our front. And then this is, oh gosh, it looks so bad. Okay, let me show you. This is an azalea. We planted it before we went out of the country, the hottest week of the year. June's usually not too bad. For us that year, it was 122. 122 without having drip. So needless to say, it didn't do well. I'm surprised it's alive at all. I cut off, oh, I'm gonna fall. Cut off all the dead stuff. And so there is green, there is life. We're hoping that comes back, but I was wanting to make this flower guild thing around the tulip magnolia. I got it in honor of my grandma who passed away because, I don't know, I just love tulip trees, but also it's got a dark burgundy, really rich, vibrant wine color. And I feel like anything in the purplish tones remind me of her. So that is for me to think about her. And then she loves flowers. The daffodils actually remind me more of my dad, and we already have some planted, but let me show you the mess that the Bermuda made and what I'm dealing with. Everything looked like that. See, the Bermuda is just thick. You would never know I'd planted daffodils here several years ago, and we actually laid down cardboard. We mulched it with wood chips. Well, it just kind of took over because of physical issues my husband and I have had. So you can see there are some right here coming up. Okay, they're coming up, but they're choked out. So I already worked pretty hard in that little spot to even get a little bit of dirt exposed. I'm gonna try to take this all back, and I would like to plant tulips all in this middle part. We don't have any. Plant them kind of in front of that azalea. Give room for it to grow, but plant them out. Kind of plant them around this magnolia tree, so that different tulips will come up at different times. And this is where I've been working. You can see the hard work I've already done. These are coming up and you see little bits of cardboard because I would like to put some wood chips down just over cardboard in between the ones coming up, but I'm giving them room to breathe. There's some more. If I remember right, some of these are very short and I'd like to move them over there under the plum tree where I have other kinds of daffodils and narcissus. I feel like they would be better seen there than behind these fences, which I don't love these fences. They were here when we got the house. We've always intended to redo them. We haven't, because that's life. Here's a pile of some of the Bermuda I've already yanked out, and I want to send that to our burn pile because we're actually actively trying to burn the edges of our driveway because it's kind of even taking over our driveway. So much work on having a country property and trying to make it how I want it to be. These narcissus daffodils over here that I transplanted from my parents' house that my dad had planted, I have them here and I have them down there under that Santa Rosa plum tree, but they already bloomed. They're done. Oh, don't eat them, buddy. Those are done. I'm going to thin those, give some to my sister, and then I have another type of daffodil that comes up here, and I think I want to transplant some of those teeny tiny ones after they bloom out front here so we can enjoy seeing them a little better and they wouldn't be blocked by a fence. I'm talking through, thinking out loud with you guys, verbal processing, how I'd like it to look. This property was pretty much a blank slate when we got it. It's beautiful out here where we are. We aren't far out of city limits. However, we are in county, which means we don't have street lights on our street. We have this beautiful pond you can see in the background. We have property. And I really like that I can make it how I want it, but it's a lot of work to run irrigation different places. My husband did finally put irrigation out front there so that tree and azalea can live. The daffodils don't need water because we are Mediterranean climate. We're in Northern California. We get the bulk of our rain in the winter, so that's perfect for things like daffodils and irises. So I don't have any drip or water to them, and I never water them with a hose. It's just they get how things are here. It's perfect. But those are some thoughts, and I'm taking my dog on a walk, but I'm gonna have you join me to help get that area prepped. And I'm also gonna have you be a part of planting the bulbs, and then you're gonna see how these bulbs that I've left in the box, I opened the box so they wouldn't mold, but how they're looking right now and how we do it so we can see if we're actually too late in planting these or if they actually do bloom, which I have a feeling that they will at least bloom next year, maybe not this year, but I think they'll live. But you're gonna see with me if they do. So we're gonna do this together. A lot of what I share here is like real life, imperfect gardening for people who are busy, people have large families. We have 7 kids, full life. My name's Carice. We are Scofield Farm. And I love to garden. I love growing food. I love growing flowers. I love raising chickens. I keep bees. We have like a mini 3.5 acre homestead in Northern California. And we like to show you how things look that maybe aren't picture perfect, but they look real, and how people can really do this. And it can be possible for you too. I just worked on this area and it looks a lot better. I definitely have a ways to go, but it's starting to look more like that and less like that. And I really want, as I said before, I really want to put more cardboard down and then to get it more like this with wood chips after we plant the bulbs. Here's my pile so far, Bermuda, that needs to go to the burn pile. And I'm just gonna keep adding to it as we go. Okay, so it's been a couple days. We're working out front again, trying to prepare that area for daffodils. And I was gonna look through the bulbs I got from Brex. It's actually, I think, shipped all the way from Holland. I ordered these, I feel like it was like late spring, early summer, and then they shipped them to me in fall. They were supposed to be planted in fall, but we're gonna plant them now, and it is February. And these are called giant daffodils. And it looks like you plant them 6 inches deep, 4 to 6 inches apart. Size is 12 to 14 bulbs. Height can be 16 to 20 inches. Early to mid-spring flowering, so we might have missed flowering, I don't know, but they're actually starting to sprout. So we're just gonna put them in and see if they come up. Even if we missed it for this year, I will at least get to place them for next year. The nice thing about daffodils is that they do come back every year. So this is an investment long-term. This is not just for enjoying this year. So I didn't really miss it. And I have like 5 of the 15 pack and then a pack of 5. So I don't even know the math on that, you guys. It's like, what, 75 plus 5, 80 bulbs to plant, and they're all the giant kind. So I'm going to try to take that into mind while I'm planting them. I have a kind of daffodil I'll put up on the screen for you that are really small and dainty, and I don't love where I planted them. I feel like they get hidden by our fence, so I'm probably going to transplant some of them to the front of our plum trees, where I have the narcissus daffodils that were my dad's. I have the narcissus daffodils that are in front of the plum trees. I have another yellow one that comes up a little later that's a single head one. And then I have, I think, a yellow one, maybe a white one too, that's over by the little tiny ones. And so I want to make these like the back row to anything I do, so that if they come up before the little ones, they don't block them. I want to have like that layered effect. And then like ideally they'll keep multiplying, and I can spread them out over the years, and I can maybe have like tons and tons of daffodils. We have such a big property out front. It's like 3 normal city lot type yards. So I have all the irises in the middle. I have some irises going down another portion. This is going to be like a daffodil area. Maybe I'll add daffodils over there too. I don't know, eventually. But I love bulbs because they keep coming back, and they're some of the first things ever to bloom in the late winter for us. Not even early spring, but late winter, even midwinter. We had the narcissus ones from my dad that were blooming in December. So it's very happy to have flowers of some sort year round. That's always been a goal of mine, is to have year round blooms from all different things. Let's see if we can get some of these in the ground, have you join me. And also my husband is helping me work on the area that I was working really hard to get that Bermuda grass out of, because it is like a bear. It is so just entrenched in there. It's hard to get, but we're going to do a better job with laying down cardboard and laying down wood chips and stuff to hopefully get a whole area that we can get free of that and have something in the front of this part of our property that is cultivated with flowering bushes, flowering tree, and flowers. My husband's fixing some boards of this fence, this old fence. It's been here since we bought the property 6.5 years ago. It was old then. The different boards have fallen down, and I could wait till we replace the fence, which we haven't, or I can just do good enough. And the theme of our channel often is at least do good enough. Good enough is better than never doing something. So we have several of those to do, just kind of freshen up for spring, and then at least they won't detract from our pretty flowering plants that we're doing right here. Okay, I have my narcissus ones here. I think I'm gonna plant closer to the tree some of this mystery variety. 4 to 6 inches apart. This is actually pretty loose because of mulching it so well. Super helpful to have it loose. Okay. This mulch was so good. I really should do it on my whole property. It made like really rich soil. And our actual soil under here is like red clay. This is really good. I don't know if this is the right depth. Maybe there. Okay. So there's 5 of this kind. I'm going to try put it in there. Obviously the sprouting part goes up. Sprouting part goes up. This might not be too late. You see the sprouting part just right in there, and I think these actually could have a chance of blooming this year. I think I'm just going to do this whole pack of the 5 surprise ones around this tree in this area, and we'll remember to see what they are because they're all from the same little pack of 5. There's definitely like even like little lava rock pieces here because they used to have this mulch with lava rock, and they had these giant juniper here. I forgot about that. We dug up this juniper and it was not easy. It was such a pain. And all the roots have completely disintegrated. They are no longer. I'm wearing shorts in February. It is like I'm kind of sweaty. It's kind of hot. So yeah, this used to be juniper, which was super not my style. Huge. It was so big you couldn't see, like when you're pulling out the driveway, you couldn't see past it. So planting Santa Rosa plum that are supposed to be weeping, we have not done the best job at pruning them to make them look very good weeping, but trying to do a bunch of flowers and stuff around them and underneath them. We have gladiolas on one side. We've got all the irises down the middle of the 2 Santa Rosa plum, and then we have different daffodils as well. So it's gonna be such just a pretty little area in the front of our house. Oh, this is actually considered 2. I'm gonna split them up. Put this one over here. All right, I'm gonna bury them up, and then hopefully it's supposed to rain next week, so hopefully they get watered in and maybe these will actually bloom this year. And I try to, for my own record, do videos where I show where I planted things or I will completely forget. So those holes, they're all about 4 to 6 inches apart. And there are the narcissus, and I feel like there was another kind of daffodil I planted here. I don't remember exactly, so we'll see where that one pops up and if we need to like rearrange things at all next year or not. I'm kind of thinking I want to do, even though they're giant, maybe like a little bit on the edge here because I don't think that I planted some there. And maybe one over on this front corner part. I don't remember if I planted in front of these other narcissus ones, so I don't want to block it. But maybe if I put some spaced out, I'll find out what I have when everything comes up. Oh yeah, and I wanted to transplant some of the tiny ones. I tried placing on the ground where I want some of these giant bulbs, and they are pretty big. And then my husband is digging and placing them in the holes, leaving the holes open so I can just kind of see the spacing while he's working over here. I am working across the driveway over here, and I have 2 in there. See how it's a double? And then I did almost like a foot apart, but here, then 2, then 1. I might do a couple back there. I do know I have gladiolas over there that haven't come up yet. And I do want to do a couple right here on this very edge of this semicircle I made. Here, I think kind of be nice. Then I'll see this from the house and not just from the street. A little more rocks and clay in this little section. So this one's a double too. Okay. There we go. And then maybe right here. So much Bermuda down there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's throughout the yard.
Oh, it's crazy. I don't know how you ever went. All right, there we go. That's it. Yeah, that's that. Okay, just 2 right there. It'd be nice. Okay, this is the entrance to our driveway, and I have 5 over here under the plum tree, which is just starting to get some blossoms, and I need to trim it up so bad. Right by all of the, I think it's called Pink Surprise Calendula, that's actually orange. And then we have those daffodils, narcissus daffodils, and then I did like 3 here, but 2 of them are double bulbs, so they'll fill out faster, kind of right by the power line. And then I want to do some of the really small ones in the middle part that's empty. How's it going over there? Bermuda is kind of like a nightmare. I didn't lay any out behind the tree, like closer to our house, and I want to, but I might save some of the ones that I still have that we haven't laid out to be there. But I laid out a bunch all the way around, kind of like the semicircle around it, and also some over in this front part. I'd like to maybe put some further down the fence on each of these fences and see how that goes. But my hand is hurting, and once we get this part done, I think we'll continue tomorrow. 13 here, 5 of which were that one variety that's going to kind of be that middle portion. That is like a surprise. And then I have 8 holes over there. Some are double, but some are double over here. And I need to count over here and see kind of what all we're planning so I have an idea of the numbers. Some of these are so like they're already coming up and they're good size. These are going to be giant. I just put a good soil, I think it's Happy Frog I used, over each hole because I didn't want to put the Bermuda grass back into the hole to grow. So we've got these black colored holes everywhere, but it looks like they're gonna do pretty good. And we have probably about half of our bulbs still to plant. Okay guys, I think we've got it to a point where I'm basically finished. I'm gonna kind of show you, there's not a whole lot to see yet because they're not blooming, but I will put in a video very soon what they look like blooming, because I think they actually are going to break the surface of the soil and bloom this year. They were budding just enough. I think we will get blooms, and I will share them with you for sure. Let me show you what this looks like real fast. So we added all from this fence line down, and these are the giant daffodils. We have a few coming up that we planted in the past, and there's more that should be coming up here as long as we didn't have like gophers or something eat them, so I think they'll be fine. We have them all around here. Not as many by the corner and sprinkler. I'm going to add some more stuff there, I think, at some point, but I kind of waited just because I want to put some small ones, I think. We have our Jimmy Magnolia tree. I have a couple, just a few, that will be coming up behind it. Then we have several all around our older daffodils, and by older I mean just, you know, a handful of years. We've only owned this house for 6 years. So all the way down here, this was a lot of work taking out all of the Bermuda grass. We have them over under both of our weeping Santa Rosa plum trees. I think the amount of daffodils that the company said they sent me was 80. I think in reality, and I should have counted when my husband laid these out, I think the reality was 90. I know they threw in at least a few extra ones. We did have a couple that weren't viable, but I feel like they packed them extra to make up for that. And so we still ended up ahead. I would say they were probably between 85 and 90. And I'm very excited. This was a project, as I said, it's overdue. It's the middle of February. But I say it's better late than never, and I will definitely show you if these come up. This will be so pretty once they're all blooming. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video.